All right, bang, bang, it's the mid-show. It is Thursday, April 6th, and like always, this episode of the mid-show is brought to you by the great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite. Chief, you've been at Wrigley plenty so far. 2 games, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to go on Friday, too, and they're home again against Texas, so I can test out the beer mug thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got to test out the beer mug.
In the cup holder. It'll be the first Barstool Chiefs challenge. Will this thing fit
Perfect. I don't think it's going to fit, but you're going to enjoy yourself some Miller Lites.
I always enjoy Miller Lites. It's baseball season. The NFL draft is coming up. Where will the top picks go? Nobody knows. But we're going to enjoy Miller Lite all throughout Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the draft routine. I'm going to be in New York having Miller Lites. That's the one selection everybody needs. You just reach in, grab Miller Lite. It's the only thing in my fridge. That's what I select every time. Miller Lite is the beer for beer lovers who want their beer to actually taste like beer. It's great tasting. It's less filling. It tastes like beer.
And that's what's important to us as beer aficionados is that you're not getting fill on it. You know, it's not like you're drinking a milkshake. You're drinking a light beer that's light on calories, but it is not light on taste. Because what's the point of having a beer if you can't taste it? Just get rid of beer. At that point, drink fucking vodka, but no one wants to do that. So until kickoff comes around again, you got baseball season, but enjoy that beer that tastes like the season. It's summertime, and it's time for a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Only 96 calories, and to get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline, or you can pick some up anywhere.
We get it at Target across the street.
Exactly.
There's a liquor store down the street from me. Jewel has it. Everybody has Miller Lite. That's because it's Chicago beer. So celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The absolute best beer. David, let's have a show.
Let's have a show, Chief. You can fuck yourself. How's that for a start to a show?
Why should I fuck myself?
Because this whole oyster kerfuffle is driving me insane. It's driving me insane.
Why is it driving me insane?
If I want to go to a restaurant, I'm going to order what I want to eat. And you guys wouldn't let me order it. You guys wouldn't let me. And of course, there was the lady with the shellfish that we were with. Throw the oysters out the window. If I wanted something else on the menu that you didn't want, you still would have said, no, we're not doing that. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I want it. I'll pay for it if you guys don't touch it. Yeah. I don't understand what's so difficult about that.
So you're just going to sit there. The appetizer, it's not that you can't have what you want. If you wanted to get that for your main course, get the oyster for your main course. But if it's family style, especially at Cut where they plate everything for you, appetizers are family style. Appetizers are meant to be shared. There should be some kind of consensus. Danny, actually, why don't you come up?
You can come up, Danny.
No Eddie here. So Eddie's away. Why don't you leave the baby table and join
Eddie's
this
at
discussion?
The Masters right now.
Join the grown-ups table here.
Adult table?
The big table.
Huge.
Yeah. And
that is not keeping anybody else from going. Like, if all right, so say just to use a round number.
If there are 6 people, you're typically ordering 3, maybe 4 appetizers. Okay. If someone is like, if the rest of the table is not interested in one particular item, it is kind of weird to be like, no, we're actually going to do 5 appetizers so Dave can just sit there and slurp oysters all day long.
That's not weird.
And then you're participating in the other ones.
What's wrong with that? If I pay for it, if I pay for it and we're doing family style the rest, it should be it's like there should be no difference.
Yeah, but it's like you're not paying for items a la carte. Like, you know, that's not how it goes at a fancy steakhouse. Like, that's just not.
You want to know? Here's something. I get to the table. It's myself. We actually ran into Scott Darling randomly enough. I got there like 2 minutes before Chief did it. I see Scott standing outside on the phone, and I just assume Ryan had invited him because, I mean, we see him obviously all the time. He's part of the friend group, all that shit.
Yeah.
So I assume, but he looked at me. He's like, "Whoa," and I'm like, "He's like, what are you doing here?" I'm like, "Eating dinner. What the fuck are you talking about?" And because I didn't know that Ryan hadn't even known that he was going to be there. So anyways, we combined tables. It's 6 of us. It's your guy's friend who I even told his parents
Russ's
this
mom.
Kid doesn't exist, and which was kind of funny. They laughed at all that stuff. And Ryan and Scott didn't take their hat off at the table. I think that's a dirtier move.
You're right.
At a steakhouse?
At a steakhouse, Chicago Cut.
I agree. Typically, I would. I agree with you on that. But you're deflecting off of the main thing. We could circle back.
No,
to
we're talking about decorum. This is all part of steakhouse decorum.
Yeah, Dave, I will concede that point. This is the difference between you and me. When I think that I've done something wrong, I will admit it.
But I didn't do anything wrong. I said
that's not proper steakhouse decorum. You have 6 people there.
But you can't tell me about steakhouse decorum when you're breaking the steakhouse decorum yourself.
I admitted that I broke it in that instance, and normally I would take my hat off at a steak dinner. I didn't have time to shower, get fixed up. My hair was all fucked up. I knew we were going to the concert. I would have looked terrible. So it was.
I looked terrible. I did it.
You can always. You have that comb over. You
can't go run your hands, your fingers.
No,
through.
I have too much hair. It's wild and wild and unruly. I can't just easily brush my 6 hairs over like you can. Like I got a lot going on there.
That might be changing soon. Different story. Well, we kind of talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah, your Restore ad deal. You're going to be on billboards on 290. But my point is that there is steakhouse decorum, where if you're ordering 3 to 4 appetizers for the table and there's only one of the 6 people is going to have one of them and they're plating everything for you, it's like inconsiderate to the other people.
That, first of all, it wasn't only one. Dante said he would have eaten some. You're telling me that if you were offered any oysters, you wouldn't have eaten some?
You did offer me some.
There were no oysters.
I feel like this is about more than just oysters now.
This is one of those. If you had done this time and we didn't go through that experience with you in Milwaukee, where you like to sit down and you like to be large, and there are 2 people.
That is not what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to order.
Did he not do that?
Food that I wanted to consume.
I'd like to hear
that's where it stops.
I'd like to hear from Tom.
That's where it stops.
About the Milwaukee.
I wanted something, and you guys wouldn't let me order it.
At first, I thought you guys were doing like a bit about bringing this back up again. I didn't realize Dave was still upset from this.
I'm not upset. It's
sound shock.
Craziness to me.
I know.
My first time at the big boy table, we're continuing a 25-minute long oyster argument.
I know.
Yeah. I always thought it.
No, I know.
It's.
I don't think there's much more to rehash.
I agree.
Except for just getting continuously mad at each other. So
I'm not mad. I'm trying to.
Go on to
next White Sox Dave challenge: steakhouse decorum.
No, the next one is he's going to be a bartender.
I actually think I'll be fine on that one because I bartended for 4 years.
This is like, if Eddie's not here, this is just like letting 2 kids go on and fight and claw each other's eyes out until someone steps in.
This is like
That's not why you were asked up here, Danny.
State your fucking table.
State your fucking stance, because
someone has to step in.
Yeah.
State your fucking stance. Both of you. And Hannah, even if you want to grab a mic, I'll let you on it.
Is this one of those things?
Don't speak unless you're spoken to.
I feel like you're angrier about the reaction on the internet, and that's kind
of
like the White Sox Dave mode. Like you get angry, and then you get angry in real time.
No one said a fucking word about the oysters.
Then why are you still so hot about it?
Because it's just mind-boggling that you guys are calling me the gatekeeper when you guys were the ones saying you can't order it. You commandeer.
Because my stance,
the word you used.
If you want my stance, before I have to head out, it's just. Like we went over it yesterday, and I think we came to the common conclusion that like your side is just everyone order more apps if you don't want my app. I don't think that's like a normal thing to assume for like everyone's dining experience. If I'm sitting there and like especially if it's someone who I haven't eaten dinner with a lot orders an app I don't like, in my head I'm like, okay, I thought we were going to get maybe 2 apps for the tables. I'm not expecting everyone to get their own personal app.
Yeah.
So my whole thing was, if no one you get the same amount of apps as you were originally planning, the consensus table. And I'm like, okay, then I'll get the oysters for myself. What is wrong with that?
Maybe because I'm just saying it's not the norm assumed thing. So maybe you have to announce like, hey guys, I'm going to order oysters.
All these little nitpicky societal rules that everybody fucking has
Joker
to
on
abide by. I'm not.
Why are all these little nitpicky society?
That's what it is, though. It's like, dude, all it boils down to is I wanted oysters. No one else wanted oysters. Dante said he would have eaten oysters, but that's beside the point. You guys, I'm not stopping you from getting the same apps that you would have gotten oysters there or not.
You also say that you would pay for them, which I do believe that you would pay for them, but no one's like divvying up the bill on the first course typically. You know what I'm saying?
But I offered to divvy the bill up.
But that's not restaurant decorum either.
But so assuming we're getting one bill, right? And one person pays
this is the first time it's ever been brought up.
I pay the extra $25 or $30.
I know.
And someone doesn't, and everybody pays the same amount that they were gonna pay anyway.
This is the office dinner night.
Yeah, I know.
All right, no more oysters.
On that note,
Oyster talk.
on that note,
Just no more oysters, period.
I'm ready to be pissed off again.
All right.
No.
Ready.
Well, actually, no.
What do you call that?
We got
What else are you pissed
mad
off about?
and happiness to talk about. If we want to talk about the White Sox momentarily,
Okay.
if we want to shift gears, as they say in the Superfan skit,
How's Eloy doing?
Eloy is back on the IL with the tweaked hamstring. Thoughts, Chief? As someone who's watched a couple innings of the White Sox this year.
That's where he was most comfortable.
Yeah.
That's what I know about Eloy. He's week on, 2 weeks off. Week on, 2 weeks off. 3 months off.
Have you ever pulled a muscle?
All the time.
Really? Like actually? Like,
Yeah, I think I tried to play soccer at the end of last summer, and I was doing nothing but pulling muscles. Sucks. But I'm also I didn't do it often when I was 26.
and like
A
keep it in
professional
shake
athlete.
and
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
and
No,
without even then you didn't have access to like world class. I don't know, who knows if they're actually world class, but assuming a professional organization has world class doctors and trainers and calisthenics, I know that's not a word.
Directionally correct.
All that kinesthesiologist, I think, is what I
Directionally
was looking
correct.
for. No, that was actually correct. Kinesthesiologist, that's like body movement and
Kinesiology.
yeah. But
Are the White Sox going to do the RIP Eloy post again?
I honestly wish they should, because I would tip my hat right there to the troll that it would be. No, it's just it's always fucking something with them. It's especially him. It just doesn't make sense to me. And people are blaming the training staff. I don't know if it's the training staff. I'm not a doctor. I have no clue. But what I do know is Eloy Jimenez is 26, 25, whatever he is.
26.
Plays baseball, and he's a DH. He doesn't move a lot. Obviously, people are going to be
Maybe
like,
you should be moving more.
Well, he moved more, and he got hurt constantly doing that too.
They should put like a Peloton in the clubhouse
And
That's
just
what-
have it like
have
on
him
like on the
ride-
sidewalk.
Yeah,
for
like-
football.
Right.
Yeah.
Just keep him loose during.
exactly.
Until he has to like actually. So he's not just doing
But
sudden
it
motions
got
out
to
of
the
nowhere.
point last year.
Certain
this-
guys are just made out of glass because who was it? Ortiz was like a DH for his entire life. I never heard about him tweaking things every 5
No.
minutes. Yeah, so like
No.
Eloy is just one of those guys. And then some guys just aren't tough. Like we talked about with Cap, like Chris Bryant, he would have little things and he was just like, I can't play through this bruised pinky.
I think that's what it is. No one will come out and say it out loud.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Eloy's a fucking pussy. I don't think he's tough, though. I don't think Eloy Jimenez is tough.
Not a pussy, but not tough.
You know what I mean.
You mean he's a pussy?
I'm not calling him a pussy. I'm saying he's not tough. There's a difference.
Okay. But he's not a pussy officially.
I'm not saying he might be a pussy. I don't know
Okay.
if he is or isn't.
Okay.
I'm saying he's not tough, though, because there's no reason for a fucking 26-year-old professional athlete to have all these little tweaks and twangs and twitches. And
Yeah.
Like, it'd be one thing if it was like a full-blown tear.
Right. No, it's just he's
It's constant. I mean, which has happened with him, obviously. Fucked up his shoulder, being an idiot in spring training 2 years ago.
yeah.
Or last year. I don't know. They all blend together at this point.
Right. What about the other guys that were disappointing last year? I feel like Moncada's
Fucking smoking the ball right
yeah.
now.
So
Luis Robert, he looked horrifically bad. Like he was doing exactly what anybody at this table would do his first 2-3 at-bats in Houston, swinging at cock shots right down the middle. Like, I sincerely am not embellishing at all. There's no satire in what I'm about to say. We could have done every bit as well as he did his first couple at-bats.
I know I could have. But
Yeah,
he's
me
had
too.
2 bombs already this year,
No,
right?
yeah, but everyone's like, oh my God, he's fucking broken. He's broken. It's like, chill the fuck out. And now he's shitting on the ball again. And he's playing like a world-class defense in center field, which is, I mean, who knows if Eloy were in left field when he made that sliding catch up, pretty much saved the game on Sunday against Houston. Eloy probably would have fucking just steamrolled him, and they both would have been
Both
out
be out
for
for
the
the year.
next 3 months.
yeah.
But
Back to the pulled muscle. Sometimes, like, I'd rather break a bone than, like, fracture a toe or something. Because fracturing a toe, you're still in so much pain, but you're a pussy. There's nothing you can do. There's no healing. Everyone's like, oh, suck it up. But
Well-
if you're repping like a cast, you got a hard,
Yeah.
solid excuse.
Well, and it's because it's like you need an MRI to see how bad like a pulled muscle is. Otherwise, you just look normal. You're just
Yeah,
like walking
exactly.
funny like a little bitch. But yeah, pulled muscles are terrible. I did like the hip flexor doing the soccer thing, and then I thought it was fine for like And I tried to go again in 2 weeks, did the same thing. Then I had Chicklets Cup, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play in this Chicklets Cup because I gotta tweak.
I try to stretch to avoid that, but then when I stretch, I just end up pulling muscles.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
No, you're too yoked. That's the problem.
Right,
You're like a ball of wire.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Things have been different ever
Too
since I got
tight.
to the big boy table.
Yeah.
But yeah, the White Sox, there's a lot to like after the first 5 games. There's a lot to not like. But what I don't like, aside from this Eloy injury, is it's all fixable stuff, I think. Like the runners in scoring position. I know you hate analytics and all that. That's they say, and I use they as in like the smart dudes who write for Fangraphs and stuff, say a lot of that's a product of luck. You can't really just pick and choose when you're going to get your hits. But that all even out. The bullpen, the arms are too good to keep being as shitty as it is. You got Liam Hendriks, which we can talk about now, coming back in probably a little over a month and a half. I would say June 1st is, he says mid-May by all accounts, but I think June 1st is a realistic target at this time. So, Danny, as the resident cancer expert, did you get to ring the bell? Because that's what Hendrick. I don't know if that's like a thing or just at his office or whatever.
I was thinking about that when I saw the video today. Congrats to Liam Hendrick, last chemo treatment. I had to do it for so many years that it kind of fizzled out. There was no like exact day. Whereas he seemed like it was
How many years did you have it?
I do once a week for 7 months, and then once a month for a year, once every 2 months, second year, once every 3 months, third year.
And what age? How old were you?
I got it when I was 16, and then so it stopped by 19. So I was like into college doing it. I don't think I rang a bell.
How do you still have to go back and get tested like once a year?
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah.
Shout out Liam. What do you have? Non-Hodgkin's?
Yeah,
non-Hodgkin's
lymphoma.
Can you I am one person who's lucky enough to like never had anybody in my close circle experience cancer.
Danny's not in your close circle?
I mean, like not. I mean, he was
kind of fucking rude. We just invited him up to the big table.
All right.
He was over it well before I knew him. Is my point. Like my grandpa, but he smoked 1 billion packs of cigarettes a day, and he never went through radiation or chemo or anything. But is there anything like you can speak to for Hendricks?
Non-Hodgkin's
on your experience, obviously not speaking for him.
I mean, for him to be going back in as soon as a month is pretty insane. I don't know what other treatments he has like after his follow-ups, or if he has to do it like once every month as opposed to what he was doing before, once every week. But that's insane. He also didn't lose his hair. That should be noted.
Oh, I actually,
it's wild.
I didn't even realize that when. Yeah, that's good for
Just
him.
Deep roots.
Deep roots. He's switched from shampoo to glue.
I would imagine the organization has been in constant contact with Liam and his doctors and all that. And when that news broke, everyone was kind of like, dude, go fucking do your thing. Like that's the priority, obviously. Now it's looking like he is going to be back this year. There is a, like Rick Hahn even said, he's like, there's a reason we didn't put him on the 60-day IL.
Yeah. They expect him back.
They expect him back. So, you add him. Crochet's not too far behind. Those are your 2 best relievers right there. Then you can shift Joe Kelly, who will be coming up on the show next week. Kendall Graveman, all those guys down. Probably get rid of Ruiz.
Everyone's slotted properly.
Everybody will be slotted properly. And once I'm sure there's going to be some cobwebs to shake out for Hendricks once he's back on a mound. But I mean, the dude's an animal. Everybody down in Arizona was saying like, oh, he's never missed a beat workout wise, like baseball workout wise.
Yeah.
So the dude's an animal. He'll be fine. From baseball's perspective, that is. I hope he's fine from a health perspective, but it's good news, and it's much needed on the heels of seeing that stupid fucking tweet about Eloy Jimenez this morning. How do you tweak your fucking hammy that much?
Liam didn't lose his hair, but someone who did lose their hair coming up on this show.
Brian Urlacher.
And got it back.
That's a nice little...
Maybe he just preemptively hit up Urlacher and was like, listen, hair's about to be going. Give me some Restore. Mix it in the IV.
Yeah. Well, and still probably the hardest I've ever laughed doing this job is your hair consultation with Urlacher. So we will definitely get to that. You're on your way to getting new hair. Dave thinks like him getting hair is a slight against me. Like he's like, oh, gotcha. And I'm like, I'm not rooting against you
every
to be
room
bald.
like when Costanza, except Costanza had the toupee.
Yeah. Why is your hair like
Well,
a thing. Why do you associate me with whatever your hair
Because
looks
you
like?
show off about your hair all the
I
time.
wear hats.
Do you get
just as
ball
much-
jokes to him a lot? Is that
No,
it?
not
that
really.
He can't do that anymore.
He said the 6-strand thing a few minutes ago, but that was well deserved.
a very
I
very
earned-
underlooked shot. Just calling you Homer Simpson.
Yeah, with the little M on the top.
Yeah.
No, that was a very much earned and deserved dig at me. But you won't be able to make those digs anymore. And wait until there's a fucking restore for leg transplants or something, and I'm like 6'2.5".
But then, like, why wouldn't I just do that?
That is true. Fuck, I never thought of it like that. We can
You're
have
the only
we
one
can
that
have
can
a,
have plastic surgery.
We like to do offs, right?
Yeah, plastic surgery off.
We'll have a height off.
What
and
would be
just,
the
like,
what
next
would
thing
be
you
the
know, we're
first
Yao
thing that
Ming.
you would get if you could do like
Change
you
what
could,
part of your body?
Hair
Yeah.
height, fucking hair a million times over.
Over height?
I don't give a flying fuck about my height. People make fun of me for being short, and like that is the
dude. But like, have you heard that stat where it's like you make like
I live longer because I'm shorter? Yeah, I've heard that one.
No, but like it's like worth like an extra like 20% monetarily for every inch you are.
No, I already clean up. So we don't need to worry about that.
I
actually can't see that.
Do you
being
think
true,
that
though.
this is? Do you think that your stance on that is because you've always been short and you?
I haven't always been short. I was
since 7th grade or
no,
whatever.
no, like sophomore year. Honestly, high school. Go to
I was short and now
if you
I'm
go
tall.
to a high school now, like I coached baseball afterwards, high school kids when I was like 24, 25. So I was fully grown.
As an adult. You've always been short.
So you
as
just
an adult,
stopped. You just
yes.
stopped growing at like 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like 14 probably, but
Yeah.
yeah. Height freshman year, I would say.
And you used to have hair as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You've never experienced being tall. You have never experienced being over 6 feet as an adult.
Right.
I think that's where this line of thinking is. It's way better.
What do I need height for?
There's more pros, I guess, to being shorter than there is to being bald. Or like
how
even not
so?
even
I can
bald,
get
just
into
like
tight spaces.
balding.
Get plenty of leg room if you
yeah.
said coach.
I never got to worry about that. I got to imagine if you're 6'5", like how does Frank Kaminsky fly?
Private.
If he,
All right,
I
but
bet you he's taking coach.
Frank's a kind of a great example because Frank's tall and successful.
Mm-hmm.
He has a beautiful fiance, beautiful, stunning.
Well, he's in the NBA.
Yeah, but I feel like if
with all due respect to my friend Frank, who I have restarted my Twitter DMs, just bitching about the White Sox with him.
'tis the season.
Tis this season. I wouldn't want to be 7 feet.
No, I don't think I would either. But like I do
6'3"
think
is the perfect height. If I hear someone 6'3", 220, I assume he's
Hannah just made a face. Hannah, what?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I have heartburn.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were okay.
And on the note of how do people
Hannah,
tweak
what's
their
the
hamstrings
perfect height
constantly,
for
how does
a
someone who's
girl?
5 foot
What
nothing
does a girl think the
get
perfect height
heartburn?
is for a guy?
First off, anybody can get heartburn.
Get on a microphone.
I understand that. Get a microphone.
First off, anybody could get heartburn.
Is it
Yes,
on?
I'm 5'5".
Why are we talking about heartburn?
Because he just brought it up. But anybody,
Well, no shit.
look, I'm 5 foot. Everybody is taller than me.
Yeah.
Look at me,
Yeah, you're small.
Would Dave be tall enough for your liking?
Dave. Could you stand up?
I'm 5'7".
Can you just stand up? A little on the short side.
Fun sized, we'll call it.
Yeah, that's a no offense.
So you don't really have an opinion on this.
He's a little short
Okay.
for me.
Is 6'3" too tall or is 6'3" perfect?
No, I feel like from 6 foot down to 5'11", 5'10".
That's
Oh,
your
wow.
ideal?
We
Shout
Yeah.
out-
we
shout
got
out
it
to
down
you.
to
What's the
end.
I don't
average
need an
height for
NBA guy.
an adult woman? 5'4", 5'5"?
No, I think it's shorter than that. I think it's like 5'3".
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty short.
That is pretty short. I don't know what I mean.
No, that can't be right.
I'm talking
Average height for men is
like
5'9".
Yeah.
Okay.
5'4". Okay, 63.7 inches tall. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like I would if it were me, and then it could be like you can keep your hair, but you have to be 5'7", or you could be bald and be 6'1". I'm staying 6'1". I'll figure it out. I'll be gas.
That's what I've done. You just be a hat
But
guy.
you're both.
But you be a hat guy.
I know, but you're saying you'd choose hair over height, which I think
I would
is
choose.
crazy.
It depends on. Right now, I would definitely choose hair over height because I'm not. If we were,
Is that just because it's attainable?
Well, part of it, yeah. Like real talk right now. Like jokes aside, if we were going back to high school, give me the height all fucking day because then I would
be in the majors
in multiple sports.
Right.
Yeah. Probably all 4 professional sports.
What percentage are you actually joking about that?
No jokes.
Like 99% joking. I do think that if I were 6'3" as a baseball player, I would have been. I know I would have been way more recruited than I was.
You're a D1 guy for sure.
I know, not a D1 guy for sure, but like I got everything out of this cannon attached to my right arm as a 5'7" kid. It would have turned a lot more heads if I had a couple extra inches on my, and I would just naturally have more inches on my fastball.
You had a better chance of being on a Restore billboard, being an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That too.
Although, I mean, I want that to happen. I used to say like my number one goal for White Sox Dave was to have an honorary degree from Northwestern. Now I think I want him to be on a billboard for Restore. That would be incredible.
Eddie's supposed to be on that call with me.
Could you imagine all the infamous White Sox Dave picks one after another on different 294 billboards? The La Scarola beard one, the one of him holding the Keystone Light.
Oh, that would be great.
At Mifflin.
I'll have to talk to Urlacher.
Yeah.
Where my eyes are crossed because I was a little intoxicated. Yeah, that one.
Have you been watching the Cubs at all, or are you just all White Sox?
I mean, they're on TV too, like always.
Yeah.
I'm watching them the same amount.
I'm starting to get a little bullish about them.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of reasons to be bullish about them. Dansby's been awesome.
Stud.
The defense that team has just across the diamond is top tier.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so it's early. It's 5. Were the Cubs 2
and 3?
2 and 3. Yeah. So they both played 5 games. I fully believe that a run saved is a run earned.
Okay.
And the Cubs are going to be saving a lot of them. I think their offense is going to be mediocre at best throughout the entire year. But if you're saving runs, you're scoring runs in my eyes. So it's going to be a lot of 3-2 wins, I think. And they're going to be winning games because of how good that defense is across the diamond all the way around the block. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's a very exciting style of baseball, but whatever wins. And I think they're going to win. I mean, I don't think they're not a playoff team yet.
No.
And I do still think that they should have gotten Trey Turner, who is objectively better than Dansby Swanson. But that's all in the past, whatever. Next year, if they don't go all in this winter, like fucking Cubs fans should be burning down the Wrigley Field in protest of.
No, but it's like, it does feel like they're kind of.
Protest the beer bats.
They fit in a cup holders, so.
That's a crazy take, but go on.
But it's like they probably need a little upgrade at third. You know, Patrick Wisdom and whatever. But it's like if Bellinger looked good at the plate last night against the Reds. Seiya's coming back. So now it's like your outfield.
Another injury guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
But a pussy?
No, I don't know. He tweaked something. He tweaked something in the world. He wasn't quite ready. World Baseball Classic.
Too soon to tell.
Yeah. And I feel like he's had less of a sample size than Eloy. But
he's hurt a bunch last year.
You go Happ, Bellinger, and Suzuki across the outfield. I mean, that's like there's worse outfields than that. Yeah. So I feel like and then you get Hendricks coming back. He's like your 4. I don't know. Like I feel like that could be like an 83, 84 win team and be like fun and competitive. And like we talked about it on the rundown yesterday a little bit, but how there's been more balls in play, more stolen bases. So it feels like with this new pitch clock, defense is at a premium, and they're going to do a great job of that. So they're not going to be a horrible team. They're not going to be an embarrassment or hard to watch like they were last year. They're kind of lovable. They're kind of lovable.
I would like to ask that question at like Jed Hoy or someone in the analytics department for the Cubs is how much did you take the new rules into account when you were building this year's roster? Because I think that the league as a whole has a lot to learn on how the rules will or should affect roster construction. But to me, it seems like it was no mistake that they intentionally put the best defensive team possible on the outfield due to the amount of balls in play. Yeah. Like you said, no shift. You got someone at second base who's a born-bred shortstop, you know. So it's cool. It's We'll see with them. I think 85 is, or what did you say, 83, 84?
Yeah.
I think that's still very ambitious. At their
The
at
Vegas
the high variance, I don't think that's out of the that's not out of the stratosphere.
I mean, that's assuming like somewhat of a bounce back year for Bellinger and a good year for Seiya.
Which I would not count on because I think he is, and I could be well wrong. I think he's so fucking cooked.
Bellinger?
Oh, yeah.
He's still like not old though.
No, he's what, 28?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not old at all.
Yeah.
But
Who's gonna have more wins this year, Cubs or Sox?
the Sox are going to have more wins. But the thing you got to take
Cubs
into
division
account
is bad though
it's
too.
people say that it's it's not a balanced schedule. They're not all playing the same team, same amount of times. It's much more balanced than it
Yeah,
used
that's
to be.
true. Yeah.
So you're going to be playing the Dodgers, the Mets. Phillies have been dog shit so far, but they'll bounce back eventually, I assume. The Braves are going to be playing them more than just the 6, times you play them throughout the year. So, and the National League's, I think, way better than the American League right now, which is probably the first time the last 2 years you could say that over, I don't know, a long time. But I don't know. For me, for both teams, it's like wait and see where you're at mid-May, May 15th. When's Memorial Day? Or is that Memorial Day? I always mix up Memorial and Labor.
It's
Memorial Day
Day
is
is
in
the
Memorial.
end of May.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
figure around then. I think you'll know what both teams are.
All right, so
then.
let's scoot it up a little bit. You have an event this Friday, and then you're doing
call.
you're doing another one
May 7th, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Where will both teams are either team above 500 by May 7th? And if the White Sox aren't, where's your brain? If they're below 500 on May 7th,
so the White Sox, the hardest part of their schedule is in April. So if they're at, just call it 30 games, 14 and 16 on May 1st, right before the May 7th event at the Aurora Casino, I'll be fine with that.
Okay.
Because they're then they're going to start playing the Royals and all the dog shit of the league right after that. But if they snowball and they're like 11 and 19 or some shit like that, we
freak out.
We freak out and start demanding
Pray for
answers.
the office. I root for the White Sox just on behalf of office morale and White Sox.
I mean, it's a direct correlation.
Oh,
whenever I
direct
see
correlation.
the notification like White Sox lose 7-3, I'm like, God damn it! Tomorrow's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
That's what this team does to me.
Yeah. I've started like betting on the White Sox just so I could be like on the same page as Dave and I could kind of figure, know what's going on.
How much does it hurt when like you had the other day, Luis Robert hit a home run and Sox to win? When Luis Robert hits the home run and Sox lose,
That's
brutal.
happened twice already. I mean, I've been doing those bets for so long. I'm kind of used to it. The first time, I think it was Luis Roberts' first. It might have been his first career home run. I forget
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he hit it, and then they blew it in the ninth. It was like a plus 900, but it was some. I forget the exact situation, but do you got any final thoughts on the Cubs? Like, where are your heads at as Cubs fans? And Danny, I know you're not a sports fan, but
I feel like it's just kind of all upside. That's what I mean. Where it's like if the White Sox don't make the playoffs because they are trying, allegedly, then it's like a major disappointment. The Cubs, this is part of like the rebuilding plan, and I think they're just gonna we've talked about the clock a lot. It makes for an appealing and attractive style of baseball. Specifically the way that they do it with defense, base running, putting the ball in play. Even there, like Hendricks is a guy who's going to have a lot of, his ball's going to be hit and play against him when he comes back, and they have a lot of guys like that. So it's going to be like fast moving, quick. It's going to be enjoyable baseball. Like I'm going to enjoy this baseball season. I enjoyed my 2 days at Wrigley. I'm going to go on Friday. I'm going to try to make Fridays at Wrigley a thing for me this summer.
Just your afternoon there.
I'm just looking forward to the beer bat snakes. Just kidding. Don't get any ideas, viewers.
I didn't see any of those, but I feel like when you see the pictures, it looks like, I don't know. People are saying like this is the end of the Cup snakes. I don't think so.
No, I think most normal people don't want to walk around with a bat in their hand.
It looked fun though, I gotta say. 26 ounces too. I when we went, I was on a mission to get those, and then the lines were too long.
Imagine Eddie holding one of those.
I don't know
what the fuck is this, Chief?
Yeah. You know what I can imagine? Having a JP Graziano
I was
sub.
just about to say, you don't want to walk around with the beer bat outside Wrigley. Probably get in a fight with it or something, but you do want to walk around with that delicious Mr. G's Italian sub because that thing just hits the goddamn spot. I might get one this afternoon, actually.
There you
on
go.
the way home.
Watch the White Sox eat a JP
Yep.
Graziano's. You know what? Like the funny thing is, not even the funny thing, like the impressive thing about JP Graziano since we've started this partnership, you got to get his stuff everywhere. So
everywhere, yeah.
Home Depot. You get it at Rosati's. You get it at our bar, the Barstool Bar. Dante opened Roadhouse over in Logan Square. It's over there. Lonnie's Pizza, Kim's Uncle's Pizza over in Westmont. And if you can't go by any of those places, you can always go to JP Graziano or jpgraziano.com, tasterealchicago.com. That's where you can get the peppers, the jar, the muffaletta, all the stuff that we love. And then, as much as I love that, you can get it whenever you want. There is something special about that store.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't name the street after JP Graziano just because the store wasn't.
Been there for 86 years.
Yeah.
86 years in the heart of the meatpacking district of Chicago IL.
Yep.
And, it's got that charm. You'll walk in, you'll see the whole family. Everybody's... It's nice because everybody enjoys each other.
Yeah.
Which I can't say about you cocksuckers.
But that is genuinely a thing. I remember when I was first getting to know Jim, and I would just go in for sandwiches, and he was like talking to me, but I assumed that he and the family would talk to me because we had like this partnership. It's like that for just all the patrons that come in. Like it's just a friendly place, and there is something about that old looking like grocery store in there. It's a lot of fun. They have that outside little patio. They
got the old school cash register too.
It's like walking into Cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everyone knows your name.
Yeah,
that's JP Graziano.
And it's like a trip back in time. It's an awesome spot. It's a great spot, and and if you're over in the West Loop on Randolph Street, I feel like that's a place an area of the city I go to a lot more in the summer because you just walk from restaurant to bar to bar to bar. Stop in at JP Graziano. So 901 West Randolph, the absolute best. Taste Real Chicago, visit JP Graziano today. Go ahead over there and do it. You said you're doing it. I might do it this weekend too. Go over on a Saturday.
And on that note, the next time I see Brian Urlacher, I'm going to get him a delicious Mr. G.
You owe
Do you
him.
think
You owe him.
I might owe him a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see. But on that note, let's get to the Brian Urlacher interview.
All right, so here we are. We're in the interview portion of the show. We're joined by 54. That's all I'm saying.
That's it.
We're just giving a number. You right? You're a number guy.
The guy in our group had golf cart 54 today.
Oh, really?
Did you make him switch?
No. I don't know. I would take number 11 if I got to choose. My high school.
All
number.
right.
The only number I got to pick.
You got
my whole career.
Were you pissed when they switched that rule?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, guys, you got my man Micah Parsons wearing number 11.
Looks sweet.
It looks awesome, right?
Yeah.
Single digit D lineman. That's kind of. I mean, it reminds
That's
me of
weird. If you're a
like the
hog, you
Auburn
gotta be
guys
70
in
or
college.
something.
I feel like they
I
look
do.
bigger when they're in a single digit.
They
though.
do.
Yeah.
I concur. Yeah. And the 44 could have been a linebacker then back in the day. But yeah, I was very jealous when they switched that rule.
So what would you have been then?
I would have tried to get number 11.
Okay.
That was my high school number, the only number I got to pick. 44 would have been my second choice, and then, whatever. Because when I got to the Bears, I was like, I got to my locker, and I was like 54, and I was like, cool, this is my number. Because you don't, as a rookie, you don't get to pick. Unless the number is available that you wore in college, you don't get to pick.
Just here you go.
That was my number. Yeah.
That's
have
pretty
not-
sick then that you
Yeah.
left like an impact on that number though.
Good number, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
what
number.
other
No.
54s in any sport have there ever really been that you can remember?
That's why I was like, ugh.
Well, no,
But now it's you.
Well, you
Now
think
it's
about
you.
it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but you think
Yeah.
you're like, 50. Well, Zach Thomas, 54.
That's true.
Teddy,
Hall of Famer.
Teddy Bruschi.
Teddy
Oh,
Bruschi.
yeah, no, Zach
But no,
Thomas.
no.
Zach Thomas. Yeah, Zach Thomas.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? It's been 5 years since we had you on last. We're thrilled to have you back. We're here. We're in Scottsdale. As you can see, we got a nice backdrop. Good house.
Yeah.
Really nice house.
Yeah.
Yeah. That same stuff probably I was doing back in 2018, actually. Riding my bike, playing golf. Kids are almost out of school now, so a little more freedom time-wise. But, yeah, same
That's
stuff.
exactly where I left off because I just finished listening to the interview you did 5 years ago. You said we asked you if you were going to get into coaching at all, and you're like, I'm not doing any of that right now. I'm just enjoying life, no responsibilities. I just did 2 hours on my mountain bike. Ask me again in 5 years.
Same
5
thing.
years.
I'm riding less now. So last year, I set a goal for 6,000 miles on my bike, and I got it. And it was like a job, dude. Every day I was like, oh, I got it right. I got to get my goal. So I had to average 500 miles a month, obviously. So there was times I was like, you just have to go. Doesn't matter. You have to ride because you got to get your goal. I actually ended up getting it December 19th. So I was overkill. But this year I think I've rode, March, almost I've rode like 500 miles maybe this year. So I'm my weight shows it too.
No,
When I don't
you
ride,
look great. You look
no. When I get on the
really
scale,
good.
I can definitely tell. I'm like, oh, damn, you haven't rode in a couple days.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
lose
eager to get back into it now or no?
No, I'm saying again. I'm sorry.
You got like the bug though to kind of
For football.
Football?
Yeah. Like not play,
Like,
but like
watch. I love.
not
I hear
play.
football season's over. There's nothing on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't want to coach. I don't want to be. I love my son's going to be a senior next year, so it's fun watching him play. Our weekends are busy every weekend with that. But no, I have no desire to be around the pro game, the college game. I like watching, man. It's so fun to have the freedom to watch and do whatever you want to do on the weekends.
What do you like as a dad in the car ride home after a game?
Well, I don't get to ride with him because the dude drives now. So
Fair enough.
You know,
when he gets home, is
when
it
he gets
like,
home,
hey, like, you
if I'm
missed that
still
one?
awake, we'll talk about certain plays. You know, I let him bring it up because there's certain things I see in the game, and I'm like, what's he doing here? And I don't understand. I'm like, why did you take that angle? What were you doing? Because I don't know what coverage it is. You know, I'm sitting on my ass in the stands like everybody else, like, what the hell are they doing? What coverage was that? And then we'll get home and he'll show me, they have the film available right away. So he'll show me the plays on his phone. And I'm like, hey, show me this play. I want to see what you were thinking. And he'll be like, oh, this was cover 4. And I'm like, oh, never mind. Enough said. I know, because I understand why he took that angle. And he explains it to me, and we're usually on the same page. He's smart, man. The kid, like football-wise and grades-wise too, but football-wise, he asks all the right questions. He understands the game much better than when I was his age. He's miles ahead of me mentally, football-wise, because our defense is simple. We ran cover 3 or we blitzed. They do all kinds of roll coverages.
Yeah.
They're cutting, they're matching. It's confusing to me because in the NFL, our defense was so simple.
Yeah, even
Super
in the,
simple. It was easy. We
Yeah.
ran cover 2. That
Yeah.
was it.
Run down the middle
cover
of the field.
2, blitz,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
play man.
Yeah.
It was simple. That's why we played so fast and we were good.
Yeah,
We
fun
have
to watch.
We didn't have to think.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about it too before we got on. You're like on the recruiting trail right now.
Yes.
What's that like to be back in that game?
Dude, the recruiting game is crazy now. I think he has 19 or 20 offers now. We just went to we were in Florida at our house last week in Naples, so we drove over to Miami. Miami's one of the first schools that offered him, actually. So we visited Miami for the day. Unbelievable campus, unbelievable coaching staff, facilities phenomenal. He's going to Kansas next weekend. My daughter goes to KU, so we're going to go stay the weekend with her. They offered him a scholarship as well. Visit them. Then he's driving to K-State to visit them the next day. And the following weekend, we go to Notre Dame to visit the Irish. So he's got some really, really good offers. He's earned them. You know, he's busted his ass to get where he's at. So we'll see, man. It's been fun because I had one offer coming out of high school, so I don't know. But it was much different back then, too. You know, now you don't get these schools give all these offers out, but what if all the kids accept?
Right.
You're screwed.
Yeah, like Harbaugh's
Yeah.
gotten in not trouble for it because it's not illegal per se, but he's gotten a lot of shit for it where like multiple O-linemen will commit to, and there's one O-line slot available. And it's like, hey, I committed to, and he's just like, sorry, you got to go.
Sorry, bro. The other guy that was ahead of you committed.
What's it been like? I mean, obviously you weren't nearly as decorated as a recruit out of high school as your son is. What's it been like with the NIL for him?
I don't even know how that works, honestly. I'm sure some schools are better than others. We haven't gotten the numbers or anything. I guess you have to have an agent now to work that out
Pretty
for
much,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll worry about that. I mean, I don't want him to pick a school based on NIL.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Pick a school where you think you're going to be successful, number one, educationally. If you get on the field quicker, that's better as well. But I think, number one, education-wise, he should be worried about that because the NIL money isn't going to change his life. Believe it or not. So I think he should just not worry about that and worry about.
Yeah, he's in a unique position.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's fortunate. Yeah, unlike I was coming out of high
Right,
school.
yeah,
I'd have been like, who's giving me the
Money
most money?
signs, right?
Yeah, give me the most money.
Yeah.
That's where I want to go because I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So it's different for him. But we'll see, man. It's exciting. It's fun. It's been a fun process.
I am a Notre Dame fan.
Me too.
Has Freeman given you a pitch over the phone or anything
Marcus
like that?
flew down and met with us. Yeah, so they flew down and offered Kennedy in person. The only head coach to offer him in person.
Okay.
And
Seems
it was
cool.
ND.
Yeah.
So that's big time to me, man.
Huge.
As a kid, so he got to offer. Listen, the first whenever he started offers, Nebraska offered him one day, and Miami offered him the next day. Can you imagine 20 years? Y'all are younger than me, but 20 years ago, getting offers.
No, we're 30. I'm 36.
44.
Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
getting those offers and back, I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you just got. And Nebraska's not that,
Yeah.
it's not like it was back then. But back in the day, I'd have been like, holy shit.
Get that black shirt on and get
Yes.
ready to go.
So
Yeah.
he had no idea. He was like, yeah, Nebraska offered him today. When Penn State offered him, he was calling me. He was shaking. He was like, Dad. Penn State just offered me. I was like, whoa. So, he's definitely enjoying it. It's really cool.
I got to ask only because I'm a fan of them, and I think I already know the answer. Have you heard from Northwestern?
No.
Yeah.
I have not.
I hate them.
I think
I'm gonna have to yell at them.
So he got an offer from Stanford.
I know. That's why I saw
And
that.
so that
I'm
means
like,
he
great,
can get in.
check out.
That means he can get into Northwestern.
Yep.
He got an offer from UPenn, which means he can get in.
Yeah.
So there's really all
I
these
know.
schools.
He's a smart kid.
They're not going to
Yeah, oh,
offer
yeah,
you.
he's
Smart. He has a 4 point. I don't know. He's got a couple honors class, however that works. 4.1, 4.2 GPA, and it's so easy for him. School's easy for him.
Really?
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it was easy for me too. But anyway, he can get into those schools, which is good. But Northwestern hasn't.
I'm
Coach
gonna have
Fitzgerald.
Coach Fitz is.
I love that dude too.
I know you do, and
Big fan.
the respect is very mutual because he's a diehard Bears fan. So I'm
Yes.
gonna have to yell at those guys.
It might be a little late to the game though. I'm
You
not
got to
sure.
be careful though.
It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter to me.
He's a message board guy.
Gotcha.
I'm a lurker.
Oh, lurker.
I'm a lurker.
Okay.
That's where I get
Wildcats
all my.
Dave 24. That's
Gotcha.
it.
That's where I get all my like recruiting info and stuff. Like
Okay.
just going to Notre Dame or mostly Midwest schools, but
Yeah.
I kind of follow that stuff.
That's
wrong with
bad
that?
that they haven't offered.
I think he spoke to him early on, but I just don't know if they definitely haven't offered.
Wow.
So I haven't heard. Yeah.
Wait, so when you say you're a Notre Dame fan, like, are you watching? Is that your team on Saturdays? Like, that's
No,
what
they're
you're watching?
not my team, but
Okay,
they were on
okay.
TV every Saturday when I was a
Yes.
kid.
Yeah.
Every Saturday in the NFL, they're always on TV. So I mean, I loved Coach Holtz. I just grew up liking them because they were always easy to find on TV.
I mean, you've
Okay.
been to
And
South Bend though.
They're always
it's not
good.
like
I've never
Evanston.
been to South Bend.
No, it's a dump.
Really?
Yeah, it's
You've
not-
been
the
to-
campus is spectacular, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
town
that's-
is the town's bad.
Well, South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Yeah, it's only an hour or so.
Yeah.
From
my buddy
Chicago.
has a farm that's 40 minutes from there, and he's a
Okay.
huge. He went to Notre Dame, so they go stay at the farm, and they go. He invited me 50 times to go to the game, but I don't ever go.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
games
you
are
went to
fun.
two colleges.
Wait for
Basically,
your
the
official.
01 season, you played at Illinois.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
02.
02.
Yeah, it was
Two.
great.
02.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in college all over again. It was awesome. 16 road games. Such a fun year.
How
Actually,
bad was that, though?
the travel sucked. The fans were phenomenal down in Champaign. That was cool about it. But traveling every single Saturday, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
You got old. What was your guys' record that year?
4-12. Started out 2-0. Lost 8 straight. Then we beat the Jets at home.
Tom's a Jets guy.
Jets. Did they
Tom's a
trade
little-
for Rodgers yet? What's going on there?
Dude,
We
not yet.
We don't know.
It doesn't matter. They don't have to trade him because until the conversation's right, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just hold
They
out
can just
forever.
hold on to him. It's not hurting anybody.
It's crazy.
That would be like,
Did they sign Mecole Hardman?
yeah,
I like that guy. He's
You like
different.
that guy?
yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
So who you watching Sundays then? Is it the Bear? Like you watch
Whatever
Red
game's
Zone?
on here, we don't have like I don't.
You know, somebody
Like,
It's
take
kind
a
of
guy.
Chicago West out here. You probably get a fair share of Bears in this market,
You
right?
still root for the Bears?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of Bears games
No?
unless they're on night games usually.
Yeah.
But we don't hardly any of their games here honestly, unless they're playing the Cardinals.
Hmm.
But we get whatever. We watch whatever games. I don't sit around and wait for a game to come on and like that. Whatever.
Just
is on.
football, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The great thing is it starts at 10 a.m. for the first part of the season. which I
You're
love.
speaking my language
Yes.
now. Yeah.
It's amazing
Yeah, yeah.
for that. part
Not
of it.
finishing games at 11:30 on a Sunday, like back where we're from, fucking sucks.
It's terrible. The late,
Yeah.
like you could. When I played, I wanted to play at noon every Sunday. That's it. I want no night games. Sunday night was okay, but Monday night stunk.
Yeah.
Thursday nights were great. I love Thursday night.
Really?
Games. 'Cause you had
Really?
3 days off. You had a
Yeah.
short week, so you played on Thursday, off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, practice Monday, Tuesday, go back to work. But you had a short week to get ready.
Yeah.
You know, just take care of your body. A small game plan, go play.
Well,
You had
that
3 days
that
off.
kind of probably plays to what you were saying before. That it was you didn't have it really technically like you never had a big game plan.
We had simple
It-
game plans.
Yeah,
yes.
just read and react and play
Back
cover
in the
two.
day, they were division opponents usually. You
Yeah.
played, and when you first started in those games, you usually played a division opponent, so you had some familiarity with them. And now they're all different. But it was great. I used to
Color
love
rush.
those Thursday games because it was like a mini bye week.
Yep.
That makes sense. That's when
Yeah.
you see all the people back at their colleges and stuff that weekend.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
It's
That
fun.
is good.
I love those games.
You know what's crazy too is we talked about 5 years ago. You know, I was sitting with my buddy. You know, you have those moments where you're like, man, we're fucking old. You know what? He gave me one last week. He goes, man, we're fucking old. I said, why do you say that now? He goes, Urlacher retired 10 years ago.
Has it been 10
Yep,
years?
it's been 10 years.
Damn.
Technically, in May is when you declared.
Yeah, it
but
was
I
May, so
thought
it'd be-
March was when you were
Yeah.
like the Bears thing kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, that's when
That was
whoever
10
they hired as
fucking years
GM
ago.
after Jerry was like, we're not gonna sign him back. It was like who could release it faster.
Was that? How did that go though with Emery?
So there's some small negotiations, and then my agent was like, "Well, send us an offer over." Or he told my agent to send an offer over. So it was an over a 2-year deal for, I want to say it was like $8 to $10 million or something like that. And my last year, I made $10 million before my deal was up. So I think it was like 2 years, $8 to $10 million or something like that. and Phil Emery sent back a 1-year deal for like 1.5 or 2 million. And it wasn't about the money for me. It was about the way
that's
prick,
still a fuck
the way
you
he
offer,
handled it,
though.
dude. The way he handled it was so shitty.
Yeah.
And you can blame it on him, but the McCaskies had some say in that as well. You know, they ultimately they have say on who you sign and don't sign,
Yeah.
right?
Well, buck stops somewhere.
They
It's
own
not-
the
yeah.
team. So
Yeah.
as much as I want to blame Emery and the terrible job he did running the team for 2 years, they still have some say in who they keep and don't keep.
Yeah.
And we got into that recently now because he's our hockey guy, and Patrick Kane just got shipped out.
Yeah.
And there was a
Really?
big, yeah.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
we'll
he was
do
there
2
when I was
hours
there
on this.
too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, there's a lot of that
Couple
going
of
around.
Yeah.
couple years.
Treating the
Dang.
superstars, the legends, kind of shitty on their way out.
Yeah, but he actually won
Won 3.
those Stanley. Yeah, the
won 3
championship.
cups.
Dang.
Yeah.
And they got rid of him.
Yep.
So his contract is up.
Yeah.
And
Might as well get something
he was
for
building
him.
the house up in Lake Forest, renovating it for the last 5-6 months. So, and then they just said, "Hey, there's no offer coming for you this summer." So he's like, "All right, we'll just
So they traded. Did they get something for him?
like a 2nd-round pick because they went to the Rangers, and which is his team.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Very good.
I don't watch hockey. I don't have any. I
Oh,
watch,
it's like they're awesome.
I watch
but it's just,
zero hockey. I have no
he-
idea. Is it still going on right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if they would have offered him a contract, he would still be here. But they're like, we don't want you. And he's still the best player on the team. They're just like, we don't want you. It's crazy.
I remember. Was it Patrick Sharp or
Sharpie, yeah.
That's his name, Patrick. Yeah,
Yep.
he was good too.
Great
And they got
player.
rid of him.
Yep.
Yeah. So does Chicago have a problem with the way they treat their stars?
I don't have any idea. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
not-
I got treated great when I was there.
Yeah, but-
Ted Phillips was great. Jerry, they always redid my deal early, which was nice. I never got to free agency until they fired Jerry, and then the other guy came in, and then he started doing it
Then, yeah.
differently. You know, so yeah, I love the way the McCaskies were always great to me. Ted Phillips was great to me. Jerry Angelo was awesome. Yeah, no, I don't think that's an issue. It's just when you get older, they have to make decisions. They're hard sometimes as an organization, as a franchise, and financially. So this is the way it goes.
But you said the way what was it specifically about it? Like his demeanor about it? How?
Yeah, he was just kind of a dick about it. Like he didn't give a shit. You know, he just got there the year before, and then I'm glad that they didn't do it because they fired Lovey anyway. So I'm so glad I didn't go back.
Right.
Once they fired Lovey, I was like, shit. What? I mean, who else am I going to play for?
Yeah.
It was such a bad move,
Jim
and then
Trashman.
they've paid for it ever since though. Since
Oh
since
yeah,
he fired
yeah.
Lovey.
Karma has been a bitch for him, but things do look
Feels
really good
like
right
we're
now.
on
Well,
the
you know,
yeah.
they fired Nagy after he went to the playoff 2 out of 4 years.
Yeah,
one
but that
is
last
Mickey
year
Mouse.
don't really count.
That
Why
was
not?
The,
Was
that
that
was-
what-
They
were
added
they
the
in the
seventh-
playoffs?
They had the 7th wild card. They
So
had
what?
the last
Still the
wild-
playoffs?
Yeah,
it's
but it
like
was
under
that
500
Nickelodeon game.
Somebody
that
won a
doesn't
game
feel
like
real.
that this year as the 7th playoff team. Was it the Giants? Maybe.
maybe,
I
but
forget. Yeah,
but the
wasn't
way
that-
they limped
No,
in,
7
they
versus
got
2.
in because what was it? The Rams and the Cardinals.
Somebody else lost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
they were
Cardinals
both playing
collapsed.
backups,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was not a good Bears team though.
Yeah.
But
They
I
weren't
mean,
good.
that year. They were the year before. They were
Yeah.
great.
Lovey should not have been fired. Everybody in Chicago will tell you that Nagy should have been out the door. Probably a year late, honestly.
I disagree with that, man.
Really?
I mean, to come from where they were with whoever it was, it was Tressman, then Coach
Fox.
Fox,
Yeah.
who I love, but they just didn't play well. And then they got Nagy, and he went to the playoffs in his second year, correct?
Yeah, I mean they had the
first
defense.
year.
Yeah,
First
first
year,
year.
yeah.
Who cares if they had the
The
defense or
double
not? They still went to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, they had a great defense. They didn't have a quarterback, but they still went to the playoffs.
Yeah, they went 12-4.
They were
That
good.
year was
they were
great.
really- and
Yeah,
then
it
that
was
was the
great.
double doink. I was at that game. Oh,
Double doink.
the double doink. Well, imagine if Robbie was still there.
Oh, nails.
He should have been.
Oh my
He's
gosh!
still kicking
Another
against the Bears.
terrible. Is Robbie's gone though from San Fran, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
let's
he's a
find
free
him.
agent. I've been getting DMs about that.
Yeah, he's free agent.
That
now.
he wants to be somewhere. He's looking at Indy, Chicago, and somewhere else.
Well, he's
I mean,
his home
Santos
is
has
in
been
Chicago.
good.
That's
so
where
what are
he
they
lives.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves
No,
Chicago.
I know.
Santos. I mean, there's.
But yeah,
Bring
so
him
imagine
back.
if Robbie was there.
That is true. He was
Yeah.
bad at the end of the year.
No,
Robbie was.
No.
Oh,
Santos.
Robbie's never missed a playoff kick.
Yeah, no.
Oh man, when they said that this year, I was like, he's missing this kick for sure.
See, here's the thing.
Shank.
If I'm like, obviously he has his roots in the Midwest, and he is as much of a legend as you can be. I feel like for a kicker.
Yes.
What if he does tarnish that legend? I got that PTSD.
What if he
tarnish that legacy, that
If he has a
legend.
big miss, if he comes
yeah,
back?
you know, like he has a double doink.
Yeah, but well,
You're already a
it
legend.
just- that's a good point, but I mean, I just feel like it's Robbie. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
Good.
true.
It's true.
But then you got to put it in these guys' hands sometimes, and they're going to. Usually, he makes it the right play. I mean, he kicks it through the uprights.
You can
a
speak
I
lot.
to
always
this.
hear about how kickers don't have respect in the locker room. It doesn't sound like that. Did the guys love Robbie?
So Robbie was very well liked when I was there. I mean, it's hard to not like a guy when he makes every damn kick.
Yeah.
There are some
Yeah,
guys
it's
who
a job.
walk around, think their shit don't stink, and those are guys. Sometimes you get a punter, but Brad Brady was great too, man. Brad was awesome when he was there. But Robbie, we were lucky, but obviously we had Dave Tobe, so we had great special teams with Brad and Robbie.
One other guy
Manley.
sticks out.
Manley played the whole time. It's
Devin
awesome.
has to,
Yeah.
too.
Well, let's be honest.
Well,
too.
before Devin,
Yeah.
before Devin, we had a Pro Bowl returner as well, Jerry Azuma.
Yeah.
And
He
then
was
we had
awesome,
Daniel
yeah.
Manning went to the Pro Bowl as well the year
true.
Devin played
Yeah.
receiver. So we did
Ian
okay.
Badazio.
Yeah, he did.
Ian Badazio was good.
Oh, Dele. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
Brendan, he was
a
really good.
beast.
We had so many guys that could cover kicks, and they got up for it.
Yeah, and
Coach
also,
Tobe, Coach Tobe's the man.
Robbie was a big part of our offense too.
No.
That was
Bro,
Yeah.
You were getting at
he
least
was,
3.
He was
Yeah.
mostly was mostly it.
when we called plays, knowing how good our defense was most of those years, you got to get 3.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Once we got down there, it's like
True.
run the ball, we'll kick a 50-yarder, and we'll see what happens. Don't turn it over.
Yeah, let Devin
It worked.
run it over in midfield, pick up another 10 yards.
That's
and we'll be
exactly
fine.
right. Our starting field position had to be closer to 45 a few years there.
That's all you needed.
Win this
Go
game
one
13-7
first
and
down.
call it a day.
Sign me up for that, man. I think in 2001 or 2005, we give up like 12.5 points a game or something
That's
like that.
unbelievable.
It was absurd.
I think KO's rookie year, we give up like 13 points a game. 11-5.
Crazy. Did you follow the Lovey stuff in Week 18 this year?
What do you mean?
So with how the Bears ended up getting the number 1 pick, they needed the Texans to lose, and all Texans fans, the whole city of Houston, was just sitting there like, please lose. And Lovey, I think
Well,
he
wasn't
already
Lovey.
knew. Well, I think he already knew he was getting fired. He's like, fuck you, and he won.
Yeah, but as a player, so I just don't. As a player, you don't go out there to play to lose games. No matter what anyone
Right.
says, coaches may have some input on that and on calls they make in games, but for the most part, players, you're not unless you're a quarterback, who you can really affect the game or kicker even. But as a position player, you're not trying. You don't give a shit. You're trying to win the game.
Yeah.
Every game, not just position, but every player. You're trying to win every game. I don't care what the situation is. You have pride. You're trying to win every single game.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised. And Houston's games weren't bad this year. You look at their games; they were a lot up. And I watched their lines most of the season too because I like betting against them because I thought they would lose a lot, and they did. But their lines, man, were big, and they usually cover most of the spreads.
Yeah, they got
They
better as
choked
the
a
year went
bunch.
on.
They choked a bunch
They
in like
did.
the last minute of the game, but they were like in a ton of games. Like I remember
I
Dallas.
appreciate him
A lot of
going for
close
2,
games.
win the
Yeah.
game. Like he was
Is
like,
that what happened? Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
see the game.
Yeah.
Like I said, we only get one game.
Okay, they
One game
needed
a day.
a Hail Mary at the end, and then they went for 2 to win it. That's
wow.
how the Bears got the number 1
Good for
pick.
them. Well,
Yeah.
it worked out good for the Bears, right?
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earned the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Best
Had a
3
great
and
season.
14. Best
Yeah.
3 and 14 team I've ever seen. This year's Bears. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
When you do get a chance to watch them, what do you think of Justin Fields? It's the number 1 question in Chicago.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
good at. I mean, dude's electric when he runs the football. The passing game is what worries me. There's only 2 games he passed for 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And today's NFL the running game isn't that big of a deal anymore. But their running backs, was it Herbert?
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's good.
Dude's a badass.
Yeah.
Is Montgomery still going to be there?
No, it's
they
just
signed
on
him.
So,
Central
okay,
Lions.
but running backs, you guys know running back. He was a
Right.
good player, don't get me wrong, but running backs come and go. But
Irreplaceable, yeah.
Herbert is a badass, but they ran the ball really well. I just worry about the passing game. He definitely made some strides this year in the right direction, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Jury's
right?
out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's make or break, I would say. For
He
him.
makes some crazy ass plays though.
He does.
I was actually telling, I forgot to bring this up, but I haven't told you this, but I got to the gate way before they did today, and I was just walking back and forth and like finding food and stuff, and I see Matt Forte right away. He's with his family. I don't know where he was going, but all his little kids and everything. And finally, like we had been walking past each other so much. I'm like, hey, Matt. And he's like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm like, I'm Dave. I'm actually flying out to Arizona right now to go interview Brian Urlacher. He's like, oh, tell Brian to set stuff. I'm like, so, but I let him, get to his family and stuff. But
Yeah.
Forte says hello.
Thank you.
Thank
Good story. Did y'all fly to O'Hare or Midway?
O'Hare.
There's so much
Yeah.
more good food options at O'Hare than there is Midway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
got a
there
little
is.
Nashville hot chicken sandwich. It was pretty good.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
At O'Hare?
I can't stand it.
Some German place.
I
don't
can't
know.
stand it when I go to an airport and there's not like McDonald's or Wendy's or fast food. Like
like
you go,
Newark.
like, the airports here, all they have are like these places you never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I don't like that.
Those random kiosks. We talked about that with Newark.
Houston
That
is
was
like that too. Yet I did find me a Wendy's the other day in Houston when I was there, but I don't like that. I want like my junk food when I
Yeah.
travel. I want to eat like shit.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of former teammates, we saw you did Cutler's podcast.
Yeah.
Where are you guys now? It feels like you guys have repaired things.
Well,
where are you?
I mean, I don't really talk to him.
Okay.
I mean, there was people make it like there was this big rift between. There was never a rift. We just didn't really talk that much. He was, he was an offensive guy. I'm a defensive guy. But yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I wish we would play better when he was there because that dude is. We as a team, the dude was so talented, man. Gosh, he could make every throw, tough as shit. Just sometimes we be careless with the football. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't see
James-
what's wrong
James
with
good,
that.
man.
You don't have to be best friends with everybody.
Oh, you don't.
That
Most
doesn't mean,
teams
but
aren't.
that doesn't mean you're
There's a lot of guys on the
nemesis.
team.
You know?
I pull for him. Obviously, I want him to
Yeah.
do great. You know, and it was when he was good, we were good. So it was a good thing for our team when Jay played great. But someone asked me, did he text you when he retired? I was like, no. So they made a big deal of him not calling me or texting me. Like, but I didn't talk to him when I played either.
Yeah.
It's like we were hanging out on the weekends or anything. So
right.
That was like that Russell Wilson thing this year when they're like, only 20 guys went to his birthday party.
Yeah.
That's like, well, that's kind of a
half
lot of
the
the
team.
team. You know what I mean?
I heard some stories
have
about.
20
I've heard
friends.
some weird stories about that situation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what's true. I mean, you don't know. There's stories. Probably the same thing you guys heard because I'm
Let's
not
start
in the
some
loop.
rumors.
Yeah, people. I
get some
don't
clicks.
know what's true and what's not true. So I have no idea what to believe.
What, that he was running up the aisles doing squats on the way to London?
What?
Remember, did you hear that
yeah,
story?
he was
That was the
doing
story.
like
The whole way to
push-ups,
London, he was doing like high knees up and down the aisle,
On
like
the
to stay
plane.
loose.
like on the team plane when they played.
Why?
Yeah,
He was trying to stay loose.
Did they win?
No, I
probably
think,
not.
no, I don't
What a
think
great
so.
season they had, right?
Oh, brutal.
Might as well fire the coach. It's definitely the coach's fault. When teams play bad, it's all the coach. 100,000%. He had 1 year to make an impact. It's his fault they lost. No doubt about it.
Definitely.
So you
not
don't
right.
like that, huh?
No, it wasn't Russ.
You don't
No.
like the coaches? Like, you don't like blaming the coaches, huh? It's all...
Fuck no, the players make plays. The coaches can only call plays. The players go out there and they're supposed to make plays. If they don't, why are you firing a coach?
Yeah.
You know, I don't get it. It drives me nuts when the organization hires a coach for, sign 4 years, whatever. 1 year in, they fire him. Or Steve Wilkes was here a couple years ago. They fired Coach Wilkes like 9 games into the season.
Love you only lasted a year in Houston.
In Houston, like,
Yeah.
give him a fucking chance
Yeah.
to do something, man. Don't fire him right after the season or 9-10 games in. Like, give him a chance to build what he's built in other places. Pisses me off.
What do you think about, so we talk about 02 you played at Illinois.
Champaign, yep.
Yeah, what do you think about, it sounds like the Bears are no longer going to be at Soldier Field.
Was that 10 years away?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a while. but
Yeah, I mean,
it's still imminent, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
it's weird to me
2027,
think
yeah.
about them not playing at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
I totally understand the reasons why.
Yeah.
Money. So I get it. They don't get any money from the stadium. It all goes to the city, correct? From what I can
Yeah,
gather.
it's a park
City owns it,
district.
yeah. The Park
Everything goes
District,
to
yeah.
the city. So, now if is it going to be in Arlington Heights? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At least people will be safer when they go to games now, in the burbs, not downtown. Heard downtown's not very safe these days. Allegedly.
gotten bad.
Allegedly.
gotten
I
bad.
haven't been there, so I don't know.
I don't think it's as bad as
That-
I don't
that
think it's,
area
yeah,
is
I think,
fine,
yeah,
but-
that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
it's- there's-
But it's a money deal. They're going to make more money now.
Yeah.
I do not like the idea of a dome.
I hate
I'm
it.
with
I
you on
know,
that,
but
too.
I get it at the same time.
Why do you get it? What do you get about it?
100,000 people, you could have a Final Four, a Super Bowl, blah blah blah. Turn it into like Jerry's World on steroids.
Jerry's World has
Yeah. Would you rather be in
retractable-
Dallas or Chicago in February?
No, but if
You're
if
still
you
going to
can
be
make it
outside. You're still
retractable,
going to be
then I
freezing
think
your
that's
butt
a,
off in Chicago in February if they get a
true.
Super Bowl.
yeah.
Minnesota got it 2018, the year I got it, found out. But they have all these underground walkways everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
we were never outside.
Yep.
They have like
that's
these
nice.
tunnels you go everywhere.
I didn't know that.
It was unbelievable either.
It's
Until
awesome.
we went.
Yeah,
They got
it's-
like
So I was not excited
skywalks.
to go.
Yeah, it's nice.
So they have maybe some of them up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't go outside.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Everything's connected through walkways.
My goal is to never step foot
He
outside
just
again.
blew his mind.
Yeah.
In the winter, it sucks because it's like
yeah.
-10. But yeah, I mean, who wants to be in Chicago in February? I mean, I understand the game would be. I mean, if it's a beach
Football,
stadium,
the NFL, it's still as bad as they've been the last handful of years, and most of their franchise's existence it's a blue blood, like it is the NFL. The Chicago Bears
Founded the NFL.
Founded the NFL. So yeah, they want a Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
but
so
then-
you think people still think about Chicago Bears being the NFL? No. Our fans think about it
I
like
think
that.
the NFL does.
You think it crosses? You
I think it's-
they
I
I think
think
it
it's
would be
the third
important to the
biggest city.
NFL.
Yeah.
I totally
Absolutely.
disagree. If
I
it
mean,
made
fucking
sense, if
New
it
York
made
got a
sense
Super
money
Bowl.
wise, it would totally. The NFL would say that it's all about money. It doesn't
No, of
matter
course,
what.
that's what it's
it's
about,
all it's
yeah.
about at
Right.
any level, whatever you do. It's all about the money.
But you can jerk off that entire storyline, You're like, oh, Super Bowl's going to Chicago, never been here. It's a storied franchise. Brian Urlacher,
Yeah.
Dick Butkus, Walter Payton.
Well, if the Bears are playing in it, yes.
I
But
mean,
none of those guys played at that stadium.
No, that's true.
So
It's true.
But still, though, it's still a football city. It's not a candy ass LA Chargers, LA Rams.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
like-
They're gonna have the Super Bowl every other year.
Yeah.
You know,
Because their stadium.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's badass. And Vegas
It
is
looks
badass
sick.
as well.
It looks
I
sick.
haven't been either, but I heard they're both badass. But the baddest stadium to me is still AT&T in Dallas. Nothing compares to that stadium. I play there, but I haven't played the other ones. But AT&T Stadium is unreal.
Really.
It looks.
The
Dude,
new
you walk out,
Soldier
we walked
Field
out of
could
our
be that.
locker room, and there's these plexiglasses. I was like, my brother, Casey, what are you doing here? My little brother was like, what the fuck are you doing out here, dude? He was like, oh, we're getting some drinks for our boxes right here. I was like, all right, man. You know, I'm walking out the pregame morning. I was like, Casey, what are you doing, dude? And there's people everywhere, but I'm like, and my buddy Perry's boys, I'm like, Michael, Nick, what the hell's going on right now? They're out there on both sides of us, so it's just like I felt bad for the Cowboys because every time someone played them there, it's like a Super Bowl for that team.
Yeah.
That's a good.
You
point.
really get. I mean, the amenities in our locker rooms were badass, better than our home locker room.
Really.
Oh yeah, our lockers were huge, and Soldier Field is not huge.
We've been in it.
Yeah, they're not-
were in
Oh, that was a visitor. Yeah.
Yeah. we
Yeah,
were
I
in
don't know the
visitor
visitors,
locker.
but the new one's better. But Dallas's stadium visiting locker room blew
sick.
away our home
Yeah.
locker room. Yeah,
I wonder
Yeah,
if that's
probably,
like a free agency recruiting tool. Like every time somebody comes in from another team, like man, even the away locker rooms are sick.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think it has some
You know
some
what?
play in there.
I would say that's probably
That's
true.
a good idea. Right? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
the brains of this
100%.
operation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Soldier Field
yeah.
is legit
A
like a
smart
high school
guy.
locker room.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Weird
Where
view
was it?
Lori
Where were
Lightfoot
you
in there.
where were you gonna go? Minnesota? What was it rumored? Who did you talk to after? After the Bears when
I
Emery?
didn't talk to Minnesota.
No?
I don't think I really talked to anybody, honestly.
No, it
there
was-
was not a lot of phones ringing to get me to come play for them. So I did talk to Coach. Gosh, dang it. He was in Dallas. I'm a jackass for forgetting his name right now.
yeah,
Coach,
Santa
Coach
Claus.
Marinelli.
Oh,
what a name.
Rod
I-
Marinelli.
I talked to
yeah,
Rod,
yeah.
but he was when I think Sean Lee got hurt one year in training camp, and I
One
talked
year.
to him a little bit about maybe going back, and my knee was feeling pretty good because of course we don't play for a year.
Yeah.
Body feels great,
Oh,
but
you could have took a year off and come back.
yeah, I talked to
Oh,
him a year
wow,
after. I was
okay.
like, oh man, I'm feeling
Yeah.
good. I still ran all the time. I was still doing my stupid linebacker drills because that's all I knew how to do to stay in shape. But it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can sit here.
Just get on the bike.
Just
Yes.
like
Yeah.
this.
I was still living in Chicago then too, so it just made sense to.
Yeah.
I loved him, man. Marinelli.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
He gets people to play hard for him, and his schemes are so simple. And it's Lovey's scheme too, but all you do is you get in your gap and you stay in your gap. If it's a pass, run to get the quarterback, and when the ball's thrown, run to the ball. As long as everyone's running, that's like I told my son, man. I learned this from this Coach Smith's staff is it doesn't matter what you do on a play to finish at the ball. Now, if you finish around the football, good things are going to happen. And
No
you see
loafs.
that, yeah, no loafs. Oh my gosh, when Coach Babbage first got there with Lovey. God, he was such a cock about the lows. So like we felt like we'd be running. He's like, "You're not running. Is that full speed?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "There's a change of speed right there." I'm like, "Fuck, dude, loaf." Minus 10 points because we have our points grade every week. And that's
Yeah.
a big deal to us. You want to be in the positive. Anything in the positive was like, yes, I know I still played pretty good. Because there's some games you'd be like minus 150 because you'd have 10 loafs.
Did you like Olivet Nazarene? Did you like going down to Bourbonnais?
Well, compared to Platteville, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be at training camp, and that place compared to Platteville was amazing. But yeah, I mean, training camp was good. They had good food down there, and we were kind of secluded down there. But the fans could still get to us from Chicago, which was nice. Where in Platteville, you're driving 4 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed our time down there. It was really nice. The community was great. Aurelio's Pizza was down there, which I love.
It's a good spot.
Oh man, that place is good. I had it the other day in Naples. It was good. But yeah, I liked all of it. It was good.
Yeah, because now they're just in Lake Forest. Do you think like
Well, they are.
Yeah,
they
they-
don't
yeah,
travel
they're out of
anywhere.
Bourbonnais?
Yeah, it's at
Why?
it's at
Money?
Hallis?
It's at
Probably
Hallis,
money.
yeah.
No, I think it became a thing where like I don't know if it was the players who didn't want to like why are we going here when we could just use our awesome facility where we live.
It doesn't make. You can just stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep at home.
Wait,
It's
do
gotta
they
be
stay at home
so
or do they
much
stay in the
better. I
hotel?
would imagine.
I think
Stay at Lake Forest College.
Maybe dorm still, yeah.
Why?
I don't think they do.
Why stay there?
Ready to back up to
Go
it.
way,
Yeah.
way back in time,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Back to the old days.
But there's something about being in the dorm with the guys,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. There's got to be.
I enjoyed, I love being at home, obviously, but it was nice to go those 4 to 6 weeks away where it's just football. It's football season now. You have when it's lunchtime, you go lay down and watch TV in your room. You hang out. You have that time away when you actually rest between practices. When you actually practices, 2 or 3 times a day. Now it's different.
Yeah.
They get one
A lot of
day.
rule changes. That
Yeah,
you probably
we
would have
actually
liked.
got to hit twice a day. It was fun, and you got the rest. But yeah, I would miss that time hanging out with all the guys and not having to worry about anything.
Did they have AC down there at Olivet?
Yeah.
Okay, they did. Not all like freshman, sophomore dorms have them in college
box
I
campuses.
fans.
don't remember it being. Yeah. Plus, I brought my fan. Yeah, I had a box fan.
Yeah,
I had a body pillow, my box fan. I was good to go. That's all I needed.
So are you here? Are you here for good? You're an Arizona guy. Like,
We'll see. You know, like I said, my son is going to be a senior next year. My daughter graduates high school this year. My oldest graduates college this year. So when my son graduates, we'll see where they end up. I don't know. I love Florida. Florida's great. We have a place down there. I like to fish, good golf, do whatever you want down there. So I do enjoy that.
yeah. Well, it's awesome. I'll tell you what. Like now, we know your kid's going wherever. I'm gonna be following him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's where we'll be.
Crazy, man.
We'll be watching NBC on
We'll be
Sundays.
hopping-
or
yeah.
on
We'll see if he
Saturdays.
ends up there. I know.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for ND. You know, I just think beyond football's great, obviously there,
Yeah.
but the network of a degree from Notre Dame will get you is pretty solid, man. They is it Warren, the president for the Bears now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Warren.
So
Yeah.
he went to Indy. There's a stat. There's like 8 or 9 presidents of football, or maybe ADs that went to Notre Dame.
Really? I didn't
Yes,
know that.
look that up.
Okay.
Someone who went to Notre Dame told me that
That sounds right.
They-
They wouldn't lie.
recently.
Yeah, they
someone
wouldn't lie.
knows.
Yeah.
There you
They
go.
told me that. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool deal.
There you go.
We shall see.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for hopping off the
Appreciate
course.
it. Thanks for having me back on. Good
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Enjoy
It was
your
fun.
time in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
we're-
shit weather. It's only going to be
Fuck, man.
73, 74.
Better than
What
home.
we're used to is better than that, though.
Yeah.
Well, this is cold for us.
Yeah, I know this is cold. I threw these on as soon as I got here.
Well, it's 50 or above. I'm wearing shorts.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all there is to it.
They throw on hoodies out here when it's like 60 degrees though.
You should
the
see
like natives.
The football games, like high school games. I'm wearing
Yeah.
this and a long sleeve, like
Thin-
dry fit.
Yeah.
They got like blankets. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it's 65 degrees in here, and they all got blankets on and hoodies and
It
gloves.
feels
I'm
like May. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with y'all?
Chicago.
But
denim,
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am a little bit more of a bitch now for living here because I can't be in the cold.
That's fine though. I mean, you kind of grew up in the cold too, though. I mean, Albuquerque has like.
I didn't grow up in Albuquerque.
Where'd
I
you
went to
grow up?
New Mexico, southern part, not Albuquerque.
Okay, well, never
I
mind
went to
then.
school in Albuquerque, but I didn't grow up there. No.
I knew
Hell
you
no.
grew up in.
I grew up in the south.
So
of the
you were
southeast
straight
corner.
desert.
Yes, straight
Yeah.
desert, like just like this, but not as nice.
There you go.
Shittier, more shittier.
I love the desert. So it's cool and mysterious. I don't know what.
In the evenings it gets real cold. The mornings is real cold. You'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mornings gonna be real cold.
He lived out here for a year.
Oh, you did?
What, 6 months? Something
No,
like
it was like 3 months.
Summer or a good time?
Well, no, winter.
perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. I snowbirded it for a winter. I was out here from like New Year's through St. Patrick's Day a couple years
Very
ago.
nice.
Yeah.
Snowbird. Are you guys here for is baseball still going on here?
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna do a
Oh,
little of that
perfect.
too.
Yeah, nice. I haven't noticed the traffic getting worse or bad. So I know spring
All us
break right
assholes?
now.
Yeah.
There's no spring break now. It's amazing how slow, like, because all the kids are gone. So it's
Yeah,
not-
yeah.
The roads aren't bad at all. Like when I ride my bike in the mornings, there's no cars. It's great.
Beautiful.
During the week. Yeah. Anyway,
How
sorry.
often do you get back up to Chicago?
Oh man, I watched my nieces play basketball in February, and I'm going back in April to see my bro and my nieces again. I have 4 nieces still that live there. My brother has 2, my sister has 2, but not that much, man.
Yeah.
I'm going back in November. I have an appearance, but not a whole lot. I like it here a lot.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's
You seem
about-
like
something
you
about the
seem,
air here, yeah.
But he just seems so content, though.
Yeah.
Like your answer is pretty much the same from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You're like, nope. Like I'm.
you're
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah,
what we all want to
and
be?
I do
Just
get
happy,
bored
do what we want?
sometimes, man. I get bored sometimes.
Just call us up next time.
There's
you're bored.
nothing
We'll
on
talk.
TV during the day during the week, man. It drives me crazy, and I get stuck on watching the news, and I just get pissed off all day watching the news.
That,
You can't watch the news.
No, you're right. You
can't.
it's unhealthy to do
I'm
that.
like, don't watch it, bro. You're gonna get
That's
mad.
what they
You're gonna
want.
get-
They want you to get mad.
and they show the same shit over and over. I'm like,
Yeah.
how's this? Well,
Start white knuckling.
yeah, I sit
Yeah.
there and get mad. My wife's like, "What are you yelling at?" I'm like, "Shut up! I'm watching TV." So I got to find something to do. There. When I'm not playing golf during the day, I gotta get off the news. And on Thursday, Fridays is great because golf's on.
Yeah.
But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
So you're a diehard golf guy.
I love watching
You
golf.
gotta break down our guy's swing. Do you have that video?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not usually my swing is not that good. So I
No,
shouldn't
you
be
gotta
bringing
see
it on people.
this. You gotta see this.
Who's your guy?
White Sox
Me.
Dave right
Oh.
here.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not going to
What,
say
do you have a
anything.
handicap, Dave?
Well,
80.
All right.
I golf maybe once a year,
Okay.
but I don't think it's that bad for not
All right.
golfing.
Play. Great stance. Oh, you hit it good.
You see the ankles
Was
on?
that you? Yeah, your back foot. Like you tore
I
your.
was wearing
It looked
Air
like
Force
you. It looked like
Ones.
you tore your Achilles, but you smacked the shit. You smacked that shit.
He only
Dude, that
knows
was-
one speed.
That was pretty good though. What are you guys making fun for?
Oh, the
Well,
feet.
Well, the
The
front arm
feet.
was bent. Well, my feet are. Nice baseball practice swing. All right, let's see it one more. Are you wearing jorts? Jean shorts? What are you wearing?
Maybe.
Dude, he hit it good. I don't know what club that was. That was.
Everybody likes.
Well, the internet was going nuts.
That's not that bad, but your ankle looks like you blew your Achilles out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get you some of these, guy.
Yeah.
Some golf shoes with some
I have
grip on the bottom.
I actually bought them for the first time last summer.
So you're not an 80. You're better than that because you have some
I
speed
think
through
if
there.
I
too.
didn't, I think I'd be around 105, 110.
That's not bad. My wife's right around 100. That'd be a good match.
Probably.
Yeah, but
Probably
she
not.
is-
She'd probably waste me.
Let's
actually.
book it
She
sometime.
hits
Yeah.
it far. She hits it far. And
If
she gets to
I
play
can-
17 tees up.
One out of every like 7, I'll just piss on, and I'll be like, "How the fuck did I do that? I need to do that again." And I won't.
And you don't.
The next 4 go on to the other fairway.
Bro, I'm the same way. Today I was
Yeah.
the same way. I was so fucking annoyed. It's golf. I love it.
Yep.
Pisses me off every day, and I come back and play
fun.
next day.
It's
fun.
cathartic.
What else you gonna do?
What makes you more mad, golf or the news?
News.
Yeah.
I can control my golf game a little bit. The news I can't control, or what's going on. It drives me fucking
Well, you should
nuts.
get it and you run for office.
I'm good. Thank you. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I got enough
You got to
problems.
be an insane
man.
person to run for any office.
Any office,
Yeah.
anything that's going to put you in the public eye is just
Fuck that.
insane. You can't win.
Nope.
You cannot win.
No, you're right about that. All right then. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
That was
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That was
Check
great.
back in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Should we do a consultation for his hair?
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah. We got to do that. Yeah.
My hair is a mess today.
Yours is beautiful. I'm praying for that hair.
Look like you have long. Your hair is long.
I just got it cut like yesterday.
Well, that's out of my face. Sorry. It's okay. All right. Ooh, yeah, we can definitely help. Bro, you sort of. Whoa!
I don't need to hear the woes. I don't need to hear the
You got
theatrics.
a major comb over going here. No wonder it's so long. Let me check the back. It's kind of thin. Well, you do have some hair. So the hairs come from the back.
Yeah, I know.
And they put them all these little. So it'd be like this area right here is where they'd have to fill up. That's a big area to fill up.
Fill me
My
up.
area was that. Yours is not so much here, but here. Wow. But you do have some donor hair, which is good.
Perfect.
Fish. They could.
So you're telling me I'm not a complete
Restore can help
one?
you a little bit, but I mean, this crown right here is going too.
God damn it.
I love the comb over there. When you really covered it up.
That's how he
well.
cuts
You're
it.
Doing a good job.
He said it's only good 4 days a month.
4 days a month.
4 days
Yeah.
a month. His hair is like.
I get it cut on the 15th or so every month. And for the next 3-4 days, it'll be fine. Which is, I got it cut Wednesday. What's today? Friday?
Yeah.
I got it cut Wednesday.
Yeah.
And why is it not good before that?
Because once it grows at all, I
can't
head back on.
You're gonna need some help there.
Yeah,
Restore.
I'm earmarking next bonus season into your guys.
Yeah, well, you do a good job. Look at my shit.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah. So I was here for where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Big project. Big project. They can also
I mean,
take
if
they can take it from your arms too.
Gotta
and
get
put
Dave on a
it-
billboard.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll whore myself out on a billboard
How about
for.
the before pictures? The guys are always like this.
Yeah,
After they're like,
they like
always- they're
photoshopped
they're
their
leaning
chest being a
down,
little.
Is that why you do your stone?
Yeah.
You have the stone face every picture you take. Is that why?
because you're mad about your hair.
Well, I'm mad about many things. Most hair being one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking
an
mad
angry
about my
man.
hair. Yeah, you look good. The hat, but you look like you have a lot of hair when you have a hat on. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Fake it till make it,
Doesn't
right?
matter.
Yeah. Every single day.
It doesn't look bad though.
How can I lie my way through my teeth today to just get me to like when I go to bed at night?
That's it every
Yeah.
day.
All right, that was Urlacher, our new best friend. Like that was not an interview. That was just like 4 guys sitting around having a chat. So I love that about Urlacher. He's just one of the boys. He's just a football guy.
He's a football guy
Yep.
that happened to be a legend in this town. He took the time out of his busy golf schedule to. Did you see he hit a hole in one?
No.
Like a day or two right after we interviewed him. Yeah,
Oh,
he
good
posted on
luck.
his Instagram.
White Sox David
Second
effect.
career.
Ooh.
Yeah, second career hole in one for 54. But yeah, he's the man.
Yep.
He's a great interview always. I'm excited to get him.
It's a goddamn shame that Northwestern isn't recruiting his son.
Yeah.
Have you written an email or sent a text about that yet?
I've had
How many blogs in the draft?
No, there no blogs. There's
Yeah.
text messages that have been sent that
Okay.
I've had to yell at some people.
Yeah,
Like, get on this.
because that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If Notre Dame and all these
Stanford
all
and-
these institutions that are like,
high academic.
Yeah.
He's got Ivy Leagues.
yeah,
Yeah.
You would think that he would be at the top of their list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think.
You'd think. Chicago
Last-
area guy.
Last name Urlacher should probably
Yeah.
help too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
think.
It's not like he's some hidden gem.
No, it's not like his dad's on every billboard on 294.
Right.
My team's just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Thank
guy
God
you
for
through
that
the winner.
basketball team.
The basketball
Yeah,
team guy you through the winner.
got me through
Focus
the
on
winner.
that.
Yep. But maybe that's the trade-off. You just can't have two good teams. You can only have one. So you
Just
have
one like pretty decently good team that is
Yeah.
good enough
One
to go
team
to
that
second.
exceeded expectations.
It's the first time ever. Well,
Yeah.
I guess 05, but that was fucking 50 years
You
ago.
do have UFC though. You're a new fan of that.
That is true. And I
Yeah.
don't really, like we've talked, I have a couple rooting interests, just guys I've gotten to know that are in UFC, obviously Patty and Molly, who we've gotten to know a little bit, who are characters off the court, outside the octagon. But you're getting your first taste of it this Saturday night. What can you tell
Yeah,
me?
not my first taste. I obviously watched fights before, but the boys are having a little watch party here.
Yep. So it's we have I don't even know why they fucking originally hit me up, but UFC Fight Pass hit me up probably maybe going on about a year ago. I would say last May, because I was in the process of buying a house. Not to brag. Shout out Dave Hochberg and Team Hochberg. And I was saving money, so instead of going out and getting shit-faced on Saturday nights, I was just watching UFC. And I had never really given a single flying fuck about it. And after you watch, because it's every Saturday, and it's just, you'll see it's staggered. It's fight after fight after fight for like 6 straight hours. So that's what I would do on Saturday nights. And once you kind of, it's honestly, we talk about how we wish we would have gotten into like WWF wrestling in the mid-90s. It's not that far off from that, I don't think, because there's storylines. Some of these guys fucking hate each other's guts. They're getting like, shoving matches outside MSG and shit like that. Some of these guys are like best friends. I saw there was this one. He's got the most fucking Eastern European name of all time. It's like got a bunch of P's and Z's. He's scheduled to fight this other guy a couple weeks down the road, and he DM'd him on Instagram, and the other guy he put the DM on like publicly. And he's like, dude, fuck fighting at welterweight. Let's go up to 185 and let's just eat steaks and shit. And they're just talking about how they're about to cave each other's faces in, but they're like buddy about it.
Might as well have a nice meal beforehand.
Right.
Yeah.
A couple appetizers.
So it's really cool. I've really grown to love that sport. It's awesome entertainment. And I went to my first fight at Madison Square Garden last November. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira, he's Brazilian, and Israel Adesanya has only lost 2 fights in his life. One was not UFC sanctioned. It was considered a professional fight, so it does go against his record. He got knocked out by Alex Pereira, who was kind of just this like hidden, like kind of a mythological figure at the time, because methodical figure, yes.
Just kidding. Sorry.
He knocked out Adesanya with a kick, and everyone's like, who in the fuck is this guy? He only fought 6 times before he got a shot at the title. I think that's what it was, right, Harry? 6 or 7 fights. Harry's a UFC fan.
He's been in the UFC for like, I think he's only had like 4 or 5 fights.
Yeah,
in the UFC.
and
he's knocked out some of the biggest
dude.
names, like Sean Strickland, a bunch of other.
Yeah,
people.
I saw him. He knocked out Strickland like first round. He beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So he fought Adesanya back in November. I was at that fight. Yeah, so he's got 8 career fights now.
Adonijah.
And I keep making that same.
Israel Adonijah. Yeah,
the
keep
old
going.
Bears player.
Yeah.
But so this is the rematch. It's going to be an awesome fight. That one went 4.5 rounds before the ref stopped it. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
You're going to see fireworks that day because the card's awesome top to bottom. So we're all going to like get pizzas.
Dan, you coming to boys' night?
Yeah, I think I'll have to be here.
Okay.
I don't think you'll have to be here. It was an open invite.
No, I'm coming.
Okay.
And then I'm going to Aurora with Dave Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You got a busy weekend.
For
a lot
White Sox
of, a lot of
game.
one-on-one time with Dave.
Yeah.
We might need to use the Chevy. What is it? The Chevy. What kind of car do you got?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I still don't have a fucking mirror, and I don't know if I want to take it on the highway.
Oh yeah, I guess
Take
we'll have
the
to use
train
my
out.
car too.
You could take the train out and have William Williams pick you up.
No,
That's true.
I don't. I don't do public transportation.
I take the train out. I'm doing it for Easter. But I guess that's it. So we'll call that a show. We'll see everybody Saturday night for fight night, and we'll catch you next week.
Catch you next week.